Vietnamese authorities have buried thousands of seized cats, many of which were believed to have been alive at the time. The cats were smuggled from China to feed the illegal cat meat trade in Vietnam. The truck carrying 3 tons of live cats crammed into bamboo crates was impounded in the Vietnamese capital Hanoi on Tuesday. The next day, police officers said that they had buried, in accordance with Vietnamese law, they had buried the cats because they were considered smuggled goods. Here's what a police officer had to say about it when asked why. This should explain things a little bit more. The cats were from China with no official origin papers and no quarantine. Several of them had died. There was a terrible smell that could affect the environment and carried risks of future diseases. Therefore, we killed them by burying them. He declined to say how many cats, Joe, they buried. This raises a lot of questions. First off, why are they eating cats?
I couldn't tell you because I've never tasted a cat. Have you tasted a cat?
No, well, not knowingly.
Apparently it's quite a delicacy out there though, but it is illegal. It
was made illegal in '98. It's illegal. Do you know what I mean? You could still go to a restaurant and get it. It's called Little Tiger.
Well, that's the first thing. I mean, Vietnam, if it's already illegal, should be doing much more to stop restaurants from serving it. Because if they raise the stakes, if they, punish people more heavily, then obviously there'll be less incentives for them to buy them from smugglers.
It's interesting. Go on YouTube and type in like Vietnamese meat market. You'll see all types of stuff: dogs, cats, alligators, everything. They're still moving. They're chopping them. It's disgusting. Anyways, this story came out. They came under a lot of fire from animal rights activists and all these things. Then the police officers, they went back and they kind of said, oh, no, we didn't bury them alive, don't worry. We just crushed them with tractors first to make sure they were dead, and then we buried them. But we're still not sure if that's actually true or not. A professor from the Zoology Association in Vietnam came out and he criticized them. He said that they should have obviously been tested for diseases first before just assuming that all of them were sick and burying and killing all of them. They said you should test each one individually. But then he kind of went on to say, well, usually what we do is we just burn them because burying them alive is messed up, so we just burn them, but that's a little expensive. You gotta go get gasoline, you gotta do all these other things. So yeah, burying them was the quick way of getting it done, getting rid of the cats. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. There's a lot of traditional medicine that tells you, if you eat certain parts of certain animals, you will get their qualities. For example, the agility of a cat can come from eating its spine. Would you do that? Is it worth it?
Oh, really? Well, Catwoman, I have to say it's a little tempting.
She eats cats.
To have the agility of a cat would be nice. I'm not sure if I would eat one, though, to get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird story, just in general.
There has to have been a better way for them to deal with these cats. I understand, though, it's quite a predicament for Vietnam to have this truck full of cats, and some of them are diseased, and they don't know which ones are and which ones aren't, and some of them are dead, and some of them are alive, and what do they do with them? But there has to have been a better way than just to bury them alive.
Well, like you said before, I think it starts with really cracking down on the business itself and the restaurants and making sure that this is serious. I read something online that said, a lot of people who have cats as pets, they have to tie them up. And they don't let them go outside. Like here and in other countries, you let your cats run free, but in Vietnam, they tend to make sure that the cats stay inside the house because someone might steal your cat and eat it.
Wow, very valuable. These are the kind of stories I'm really happy to be doing because then you can raise awareness and then the Animal Rights Protection Group can have more help in trying to stop these things.
It's terrible, but it's kind of making me hungry. Tell me what you guys think. Let us know, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching The Lip.